Every country has its moment. It's time to shine.
When the universe conspires, planets align.
Scotland invites you, our stage is set.
For one brilliant year we'll never forget.
A homecoming to celebrate all that we are. Countless events, parties near and far.
We welcome the world to come and to share, so you too can say, yes, I was there.
Well, good afternoon. A very warm welcome to Glasgow and the International Hockey Centre here at Glasgow Green, the venue that will be the host of the hockey during this summer's Commonwealth Games, but for this week has been a very able host for the FIH Women's Champions Challenge. My name's Jack McGill, and I'm delighted to welcome you here today for live coverage of our feature game, Korea against Scotland. This Pool A match in the Champions Challenge is the third of four that we have for you today. And we can just quickly remind ourselves what's been happening in the rest of the day. Earlier today we saw Spain draw with South Africa in Pool B. That was followed by a match just before lunchtime between the United States and Ireland, a really convincing 3-0 victory for the United States. And then this afternoon we turn our attention to Pool A, where Korea take on Scotland in just a few minutes' time, and that'll be followed at 3 p.m. GMT, 4 p.m. if you're watching in the UK, the match between India and Belgium. Let's just take a look at Pool A and Pool B and the tables as they stand at the moment going into this match. Korea top the table in Pool A with 6 points, 2 wins from 2 for them. Really, up until this point, they've looked very much within their comfort zone. Scotland are second. Scotland are second on 3 points ahead, just by goal difference from Belgium, also in 3 points. And India, of course, propping up the bottom of the table, yet to score a result. And in Pool B, the United States went top of that group earlier on this morning. So as we compete with the rather loud public address system, which seems to get louder with every day we're here, I'm delighted to say that former GB Olympian Rona Simpson is still with us in commentary and will be taking us through today's match. And she's joined by another Rona McLennan, who's the Scotland Under-21's assistant coach. A very good afternoon to you both.
Good afternoon, Jack. Thank you.
2 Ronas for the price of 1 today.
Absolutely, great value for money.
So Scotland obviously coming off the back of a very good 4-0 win over India. Different proposition today with Korea, as I said in the introduction to the programme, looked very much within their comfort zone so far. Rona Simpson.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a really step up today for Scotland. It will be a different challenge for them. Korea, obviously, tournament favourites, highest placed team coming in, and also Scotland have never beaten a team in the top 10 in the world rankings. So great opportunity for Scotland today. They've absolutely nothing to lose. Could gain a huge amount out of the match, and it's a great opportunity to be able to get and play against such high quality opposition.
And Rona McLennan, just turning to you briefly, you'll obviously have an intimate knowledge of a lot of these girls over the last few years as they've gone from under-21 to seniors. Who have you liked the look of from the Scotland team so far in this competition?
I think all the players have been doing very well. It's great to see some of the younger ones coming through just out the under-21s, players like Nicholas Graston and Sarah Robertson and Nicola Cochrane, who are both eligible still for the under-21s as well.
Well, we'll see how they get on today. We are surrounded here at the International Hockey Centre by well over 1,000 screaming school children. We talked a little bit in the previous game about the importance of making an impression on young hearts and minds, and there's certainly plenty of them here making a lot of noise.
They certainly are, Jack. It's just about impossible to hear ourselves think, never mind anything else. But it's fantastic for the players to experience this. It will hopefully really drive them on, especially in later stages when tiredness creeps into the game. And the crowd do have a massive part to play in that. And it's also excellent preparation for Scotland for later on when they hopefully experience great crowds at the Commonwealth Games.
Certainly is, and there is the aforementioned Nikki Scraston, and it's great to see the Scotland ladies just soaking up the applause and enjoying themselves, and really, a smile, Rona McLennan, on their faces, and it's got to be the best way to approach it, isn't it?
Absolutely, the players all look like they're loving the atmosphere and looking forward to an exciting game.
So the teams are lined up and ready for the national anthems, starting with Korea. The Korean national anthem there, being welcomed among others by some mischievous school children from Jordan Hill, presumably secondary, with a little wave in the background. I'm sure they'll be more attentive for Flower of Scotland. National anthem's complete, a rousing rendition as it always is of Flower of Scotland. So Coach Gordon Shepherd there, Rona Simpson, geeing it maldy, as we say in Scotland.
It's going to be certainly an intriguing match. I'm just looking at the pool standings here, Jack, and there's absolutely everything to play for. Scotland can sneak a win, they would go top of the table.
Let's get right behind the players, everybody, for the full 70
but
minutes.
also, if they don't get a result, it gives Belgium an opportunity in the final match of today to clinch that second place. So, huge amount at stake in these two matches this afternoon. It's going to be very interesting to see how the action unfolds. And we can, the noise alone around the stadium will hopefully encourage the Scotland players.
Well, Rona and Rona will take you through match commentary. 35 minutes of great action to come in this first half, and we have the team sheets starting with Korea.
So here we go, we can see the Korean lineup on the screen. Starting for them today: Seung-hee Lee in goal, Yeoju An, Mi-hyun Park, Jong-yu Kim, Dari Kim, Sol Chung, Ma Yu-young, Ok Jung Kim, Sun Soon Oh, Jeju Park, Young-sin Lee, and coach for the Korean team, Jin Soo Han. And lining up for Scotland in today in goal, Nikki Cochrane, Becky Ward, Katrina Ralph, Sarah Robertson, Linda Clement, Ailsa Wiley, Becky Merchant, Nikki Kidd, Nicholas Graskin, Emily Maguire and Aileen Davis. And Scotland coach Gordon Shepherd. So, game underway, Korea start us off, and it's going to be a fascinating encounter, a real test and challenge, and a real benchmark for Scotland this afternoon, just to see how far they've come in the last few months, and can they compete with the likes of Korea, a top 10 nation, certainly the tournament favourites here, and they certainly started strongly. They're penetrating the Scotland circle, they're looking for a penalty corner, but on this occasion win themselves a long corner. So it's going to be an interesting couple of minutes, Rona.
Absolutely, I think Scotland want to focus on being strong in defence to start off with and then build into the game.
Oh, Nicholas Graskin picking up the ball, the crowd urging her on, even in these early stages, and I'm quite sure the crowd can play their part. It's almost like an extra man, and a loose ball allows Nikki Kidd to pick the ball up, start to run at the Korean defence. And Scotland will be take confidence from this start. They've seen a bit of the ball, and Nikki Kidd back in possession, but it's come all the way to the back line. Becky Merchant, cross to Becky Ward. He's just searching for a forward pass. It's the benefit of the umpire's decision there, so Scotland have a free hit just inside their own half. Korea just sitting off over the halfway line, and gives Scotland the opportunity to break. Nicholas Graskin, one of the younger players as mentioned earlier. Big challenge for her, great learning experience for these young players this afternoon. So it's noisy on the touchlines, it's also noisy on the pitch. The Koreans chat to each other, passing on instructions, so that creates a bit of atmosphere on the pitch itself, but I'm quite sure the crowd will be trying to outdo them this afternoon. So Katrina Ralph under pressure from the Korean captain, and you can see the huge strappings on both legs, so I think there's a telling sign there, but Emily Maguire steps in to intercept that ball. Can't quite find a forward pass, and has to look back, but Scotland on the attack. Nikki Kidd playing in. Good early deflection there by Scotland captain Linda Clement. It's the first save of the game, and Korea goalkeeper, a comfortable save, but has to have her wits about her. And Korea now, great opportunity into the circle on that left hand side. Fires the shot in. Kim Darry there firing the shot in for Korea, but Nikki Cochrane in the Scotland goal, early save, and that will give her great confidence. But here come Korea again. It's a pretty end-to-end start. Opening exchanges, Rona, pretty even Stevens at the moment.
Yeah, super chance there for Linda Clement leading into out to the edge of the circle. Just unlucky that the keeper got the read on the ball.
So it's going to be a high-tempo game. Already substitutions being made. That's one of the real features of the modern game. It's got to be fast, it's got to be quick, high-tempo, which means the turnover players also has to remain high to allow them to continue to play at the maximum intensity. So Scotland's tactics obviously early on, just sitting off Korea, allowing them to bring the ball out. They don't want to expose themselves and open up the game too much, and they're just sitting in a little bit, Scotland, allowing Korea the time and space to play the ball round the back, which allows them to defend nice and deep and with numbers. So Korea looking to take things quickly, earn themselves a free hit just And Scotland's 23. Again, take it quickly. The Koreans don't hang around, Rona.
No, very, very fast, skillful team, and quite a different style of play, I think, than Belgium and India, who Scotland have already faced in the tournament.
Yep, absolutely. They have got some very skillful individuals. And Scotland, they're also very quick, and the Scottish players will need to be on their toes, matching them for pace, not diving in and getting eliminated easily. And first penalty corner of the game awarded to Korea just after 5 minutes. And I think one of the big features of the Korean style of play is they do hit the ball very hard. Whether it's a pass, a shot, and that was a great example, smashed into the circles, hit off a Scotland player, quite a cheap penalty corner.
Absolutely, and very early with the shot, pass into the circle as well. Hard and quick into the circle, and the defender couldn't react and get her stick in the way of the ball.
So here we go, first penalty corner to Korea. Can Scotland keep the ball out the net? Yeah, Scotland, great defending, brave defending. I think he might have taken a deflection off Becky Merchant's stick on the post. Scotland will be pleased with defending that corner so early on in the game, but Korea still in possession. Attack after attack from Korea in these early stages. Again, smashing the ball forward, but we can see the replay here, Rona.
Yeah, great take on the line from Becky Merchant with her stick, putting it off for a long corner. Good defence from Scotland there.
So Korea, a heavy press on the Scotland defence, them to work very, very hard just to get the ball out of their deep defence. Becky Ward, Emily Maguire there, surrounded by Koreans. Unfortunately on this occasion, doesn't get the decision she's looking for, and Korea again look to take that quick free hit. They do not hang around, and that's something Scotland will definitely need to be aware of. They cannot afford to turn their back on play, they cannot afford to switch off, as Korea are very, very quick at taking free hits. So Korea now adopting a similar tactic, letting the ball go wide, and once it goes wide, then trying to step up and keep it in that pocket. But Scotland have done very well to get the ball over the other side. Vicky Bunce, Scotland number 3, an experienced player, is trying to create something down this right-hand side. Lovely bit of skill and a great opportunity. First player falls, and it's Katrina Ralph who was up there in support. A great ball by Vicky Bunce to create that opportunity. Good shot, good save. But that's a promising start from Scotland, Rona.
Absolutely, I think the movement of the Scotland midfield has been key. They've been making a lot of space, getting the ball out wide and then getting it early into the attacking area.
So Aileen Davis all the way back to Becky Merchant, and a bit of a bobbly pass, and they're not the easiest to pick up when the ball's bobbling around like that on the pitch.
No, it can be really tough as you set yourself and it just bounces over your stick.
Just see the replay there of that shot from Scotland, and they'll be hoping to capitalise and create a few more of those opportunities throughout this game. So, first 10 minutes just about complete, and I think Scotland will be quite pleased that they've settled into the game. But here come Korea. Attack after attack, mainly looking to attack down that right hand side. Scotland working the ball out. McIlroy just getting caught in possession. Korea again looking to smash that ball in. It's certainly obviously a tactic that they have adopted for this game, and Scotland defenders will just need to make sure they are ready and always watching the ball. Nice little bit of individual skill there by Chow, the Korean 29. And It's a pretty good example of how ruthless this game can be. Nicky Lloyd trying to close down the Korean player and smashes it through her left foot, but it's fine to carry on. But that's the level of intensity at the top end. And as I say, the Koreans very dizzy. They come with an opportunity into the circle. Play carries on, and fortunately for Scotland, just comes off the Korean foot. So Scotland earn themselves a hit out. And Susan McGilvray joins the play, allows Nicky Lloyd to just get a little bit of treatment after that ball onto her shin. So I'm sure she'll be able to join in the play later on. So Ralph battling our way through the midfield. Scotland with a free hit just inside the attacking half. So do you think Gordon Shepherd will be quite happy and pleased with the start Scotland have made, Jonah?
I think he will be. I think they've obviously set out with a game plan to drop back to half court when Korea are attacking, but then breaking quickly up the pitch, and everyone seems to be doing their job so far.
Yeah, absolutely, a little bit of confusion there. Scotland thought they'd won the free hit, but it's not. You can see Vicky Bunch trying to go through, just tries to lift the ball over that last tackle, but just runs into the flat stick. So Korea back in possession, patiently working the ball round the back, but they can change so quickly from back to front. Here they go again, down the left-hand side. Oh, and it's broken nicely for the Koreans, and scrambling in and done. Great follow-up there by the Korean, number 17, I think, Kim. Okay, Kim, and Korea take the lead, 1-0 against Scotland. Yep, it's number 17, OK Kim, and initially the first shot goes in, it's defended well, but I think the stick gets caught a little bit, and that's what top class strikers do. They're ready to pounce on anything that breaks, and unfortunately for Scotland, couldn't quite keep that one out. So, the interesting couple of minutes. Morag McClellan now doing her role in midfield. Can Scotland just settle back again? A good ball forward from Susan McGilvray. The crowd think it's a goal, but unfortunately an attacker has to touch it in the circle, so it'll be a hit out to Korea. Back it goes, all the way to the back, and Scotland trying to rebuild again. Can Scotland take the advantage? The Korean number 23, Young Sing Lee, has been sin bin for 2 minutes, so numerical advantage to Scotland, but they can only take advantage if they can actually get the ball, and Korea have it at the moment. A fantastic ball forward, great pick up, and good defending there though by Scotland to earn themselves a free hit. So pretty daunting task out there for the Scottish girls today. I mean, Korea moved the ball so well.
Absolutely, and a very experienced team, competed in the Olympics obviously in London, and have been playing at a high level for a long, long time together.
So Aileen Davis looking to connect there with McClellan through the midfield, but a missed pass, but Scotland have a chance again. McGilvray to Kidd, just can't quite control it. But it's pretty end-to-end stuff. Both teams giving away possession a little bit cheaply at times. Both coaches won't be too happy with that, but it's with Scotland at the moment. Ball is hit forward, but no Scotland forwards on the end to pick that up. You can see on the Scotland working hard to try and get an outcome there in the Korean circle. It's come all the way back, but Korean defence stand tall, and they can now start to bring the ball out to the back. seen a lot more of that aerial ball roll in the modern game, and it can be quite devastating at times. But we'll come back to that in a minute, because here come Korea with a great second opportunity. The keeper's out, and she did very, very well there, Nikki Cochrane, to get back and just put it off enough to put that wide.
Absolutely, really good decision making by Nikki to come out and put the Korean forward under pressure and then get back in time to stop the second shot.
Yeah, she just got a tiny little bit of a heel to that second shot, and that stopped Korea doubling their lead. So Nikki Cochrane, a young keeper, so this game, I mean, it's a huge, huge game for her today.
Yes, she did very well in the game against Belgium earlier on in the tournament, and we'll be looking for another good performance today against top-class opposition.
Absolutely, and here come Korea again. This time they only earn themselves a long corner, but at the moment it is wave after wave of Korean attack. They are really building up this pressure. Great ball in, lovely little lift. They're so mobile. Nikki Cochrane out again to defend it. 2 and 3 defenders round that Korean player. They have got the ball back, but they'll need to be tidy in defence. They are not going to have a lot of time and space on the ball, and it's back with Korea for a long corner. Some great individual skills with some of the Korean players in really, really tight areas, surrounded by players, but manage on occasions to find that small gap.
Absolutely, and in the circle it's getting that small gap to get a shot in that's so important.
So yeah, just going back to that aerial ball roll, and we see it a lot more in the game. Obviously the rules changed that players can now stop it above their head, above shoulder height I should say, and it's creeping more and more into the women's game.
Absolutely, and it can turn defence into attack very quickly. If you can pass it over the heads of an attacking team, suddenly you can be in a very strong position further up the pitch if you can get the length on the aerial pass.
So Korea lead Scotland 1-0 midway through this first half. It's been an entertaining game so far, chances at both ends. Scotland will be relatively pleased with how the proceedings are going. They'll be delighted they're obviously not winning the game, but they're keeping themselves certainly in the match, and with only one goal in it, anything is possible.
Just under 18 minutes left in this first half. Let's get right behind the players. Drive them on for the rest of the half. Come on, Scotland!
So here come Korea. Another attack, but this time it is deemed dangerous. Lifted it just a little bit into the player, but that's enough. So Scotland earn themselves a free hit. Susan McGilvery over the ball, looking forward, but to opt to go all the way back to Aileen Davis, out to the other side, and bit of a forced pass there by Lee Fawcett allows Korea opportunity to come back and into the Scotland circle. They'll be looking for a penalty corner or better, but Scotland defending hard, is trying to find that little gap, and again Nikki Cochrane called into action, covers that near post, just plays it off for a long corner. Some lovely skill there, and again Korea, another opportunity at the goal, follow up, looking for the rebound, looking for a deflection on that follow up. So Scotland doing well, Rona, just to keep things at bay, working really hard defence, and we can see here on the replay, just trying to play that in for a little deflection, but fortunately didn't quite connect this occasion.
Yeah, and I think you'd see that it was just a little off the ground, so that makes it harder for the defenders to defend. So not dangerous, but just off the ground and get a touch from the forward and you've got a chance.
So Scotland keep themselves very much in this match. Nikki Cochrane making a positive start to the game. She's certainly been involved, and I'm quite sure she'll be involved as the game unfolds. great steal by Emily Maguire. Now she's driving forward, trying to create something, looking to take it early. She's got support from Nikki Kidd out in the right. She's got the ability to hurt the opposition, but unfortunately just touches her foot on this occasion, and that'll be a 16 and hit out to Korea. It's certainly not just one-way traffic running. Korea have had a lot of pressure, but Scotland getting up there and creating opportunities themselves.
Some really nice play from Scotland. What I've liked is the midfield. The wide midfielders are getting into space and we're transitioning from the centre out to them and then getting it into the circle quickly. Just unfortunate for Nikki, it hit her foot as she was looking up for the pass into the circle.
So Korea patiently playing the ball round. They're certainly a very skilled side. They're very comfortable on the ball, just waiting for that opportunity for the gap to open up. Their forwards are certainly very quick, very busy players, and they're always hunting for that forward pass. But Scotland have defended it well and trying to connect there with Nikki Lloyd, who was making the lead up front, but the ball back with Korea deep in their own defending third. So we would also love to hear your thoughts on the game. You can tweet us at FIH_hockey #CC1. So please send us your comments, let us know what you're thinking about the action, whether it's this game or any previous game. We would love to get your thoughts. Crowd certainly trying to lift the team, Rona. You can hear the school children, and it's pretty much packed this afternoon. A great turnout from a lot of kids, and a great opportunity for kids to see hockey at this level.
Absolutely. For most of them, it might be their first chance to see this level of international hockey, and hopefully it'll be really inspiring and exciting for them to be here today.
Certainly will, and who knows, some of the future Hockey Scotland stars may be sitting watching as we speak. The game's settled down into quite a steady pattern now. Korea certainly seeing more of the possession, but Scotland not without their chances. But here come Korea again, breaking forward, great ball forward, and just couldn't quite keep it in there. Chow for Korea. So Scotland start to build it out the back again through Vicky Bunce, and I think there's a card coming here. Oh, a yellow. So that's going to change things for a little while. That yellow card for Chow for Korea means that she will be out of action for at least 5 minutes. Scotland again for the second time in the match with a numerical advantage, but they've got to really now capitalise on this chance, Rona.
Yeah, 5 minutes should give them a chance to build some attack and see if they can take advantage of having the extra player. But Korea are swarming round them, so it may be difficult for them to do that.
Yeah, here comes Vicky Bunn. She has pace and ability to create something, but also doing that, Korea very, very quick on the counter-attack. And when Scotland go forward with numbers, that does leave them exposed at the back. So it's something that they have got to balance. They've got to get forward, but they've got to also have the ability to get back, and that's key in the modern game. Fitness is a huge aspect now at this level, Rona.
Yeah, and I think Scotland are really beginning to benefit from the full-time training that they went into about 4 weeks ago. They've looked one of the fittest and fastest sides here, but they're being tested by an equally fit Korean team today.
Yep, absolutely. We can hear Gordon Shepherd shouting instructions. He's pushing the players to step up, try and create an opportunity when they've got this numerical advantage, driving him forward, and he really wants to push and get his players up. But Korea, experienced team, they'll know how to handle this sort of occasion, and they they're also extremely fit, disciplined side in terms of their structure, so it won't be easy for Scotland to break them down, but certainly one of their best opportunities when they have that numerical advantage. So Emily Maguire looking to put the ball forward. Good trap by Vicky Bunce allows Scotland, and Scotland got a chance here. Sarah Robertson had a half chance, couldn't quite connect with the ball, so it's exciting stuff at the moment. Korea have it right on their own baseline, just looking to keep the ball, run that clock down until they can get back to full strength.
Yeah, some great work there by Nikki Lloyd, winning the ball back to create that half chance for Sarah Robertson. The forwards really do a big job defensively in our attacking zone.
Absolutely, so here come Korea though. They have a little bit of space to work through the midfield, and that is when they can be dangerous, allowed to run at players, but it's end-to-end stuff at the moment. Nikki Lloyd for Scotland on the ball. Is battling hard. Korea win the free hit. Ali Bell penalised on that occasion. You can see Nicholas Graskin, Scottish player there, waiting to sub on. Korea very comfortable in the ball, Rona. They don't feel too much under pressure. They're quite comfortable. Obviously train a lot in tight situations, and certainly in these occasions you can see that practice pays off.
Yeah, I think the whole team, they seem very comfortable in close-in situations. Even when 2 or 3 players are around them, they're comfortable to look up, they've got control of the ball, and they're trying to find the right pass to make.
Nicholas Gratskin just dispossessed on that occasion, and a mistake by the Korean. OK Kim allows Scotland to counter-attack. Ali Bell just looking to play the ball to the baseline, but didn't quite have the same understanding as our other forward, so Korea with 16 now. Bit of confusion, 2 balls on the pitch, both knocked them off, so here we go. Scotland still trying to push forward. Gordon Shepherd screaming instructions, step up, trying to put pressure on the Koreans when they have one less player on the pitch, and but it's a pretty tough job. Such an experienced side as the Koreans, and they managed to get the ball to the other side. They managed to find that little bit of space, so it is a tough shift at the moment for Scotland, but they are pressing and working hard. But they have got to cut that ball off. That is the instructions that Gordon Shepherd is shouting at the players, trying to keep it on one side. And Becky Merchant with a great steal. Over to Ali Bell, what can she do? But a great tackle there by Young Sil Lee of Korea. And that allows Korea just to settle down. They're back to full strength now, so 7 minutes remaining. It's Korea 1, Scotland 0, but all even Stevens now, 11 aside, back on the pitch. And we'll be interested to see if Scotland could just sneak one back before half-time. They're certainly still in the game, they've created chances. It's just capitalising on one of those opportunities. So McClellan now, chance to drive through the midfield onto Ali Bell. She looks for support and finds it in the form of Nikki Kidd. Can open up the play to Lee Fawcett on the far side, and some nice build up there, play there from Rona Linda Clement, working the baseline.
Absolutely, hopefully.
And a great chance, a great opportunity here for Scotland, and they earn themselves a penalty corner. And it was really good work initially by Linda Clements along the baseline.
Excellent 3D skills over the defender's stick. Korea had become very compact with nearly all their players around the circle, but still Scotland managed to work it in there by going wide into the space. and I think it hit a defender's foot just in front of the goalkeeper there as Ali Bell was trying to get a shot in, so a short corner for Scotland.
So a great opportunity for Scotland to level the scoring. Just over 5 minutes remaining, crucial time in the game. This would be a fantastic time to equalise. And absolutely great penalty corner routine. And I think it was the captain, Linda Clements, who put the final touch on the ball, and Scotland are all level. We'll see the replay here, Ron, in a second or two, but it was great time for them to score here.
Yeah, so a switch to Susan McGilvray, who plays a lovely ball in towards the penalty spot, and Linda Stick is just waiting there to touch it into the goal, something they'll have worked on in training a lot, and that was perfectly executed.
Yeah, great final touch there by Scotland captain Linda Clement. She's done that on many occasions, and what a huge boost for the Scotland squad, Scotland team. Just under 5 minutes to play in this first half, and everything is level. Korea won, Scotland won. He's also looked at the crowd, I think, Ronnie, again. I can hardly hear myself thinking.
Absolutely, and hopefully exciting for the home crowd to see such a good goal from Scotland, and if they can work hard, they may get another before the half.
So, Korea now having to get themselves back into the game. It's going to be an intriguing few minutes of this half left. Nicky Kidd winning a free hit for Scotland, so the ball goes back over to the other side to Lee Fawcett. Can Scotland produce another moment of magic? A loose ball, and Nicky Kidd couldn't just quite pick it up. Allows Korea to break back out, but Scotland defending really well. Korea had to go back the way they not quite as settled as they were in the opening minutes.
No, they seem to be forcing it slightly out from the back, and the Scotland midfield have been able to pick up on a couple of loose balls and intercept. Scotland just need to keep their discipline for the last 3 minutes of this half and keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, we talk about that. A great opportunity for Korea, but Becky Merchant, some brilliant defending, deflects it off the pitch, and only a long corner, but here come Korea again. Sarah Robertson picking it up for Scotland, but she's got to try and maintain possession, keep that ball and relieve the pressure off her defenders for a few minutes. We can see the Korean coach. It's his turn to shout instructions, but I think he'll have his work cut out trying to get any messages on the pitch with the noise level that the support are making this afternoon, Rona.
Absolutely, and I think the stand here is very helpful for that. The echoes off the roof of this lovely stand in the new National Hockey Centre, making it very hard to hear on the pitch.
So we're into the last 2 minutes of the first half. Korea won, Scotland won. Korea took the lead. Scotland have battled themselves back into the match. A very good structured penalty corner routine, and everything to play for at the moment. Linda Clements is quite happy to knock that ball forward. Sarah Robertson charging forward. Bit of a leg race there, but Korean comes out on top. But the Koreans looking just a little bit tired.
Yeah, the Korean fullback who ran all the way back there stood and had a bit of a rest, whereas Sarah got straight back into the action. So it'll be interesting to see in the second half whether Scotland's fitness will tell and they'll get more chances.
Yep, absolutely. So subs rolling thick and fast in the closing minute almost of this first half, and Korean coach out on the sideline. I don't think he'll be particularly happy how his first half has gone. But Korea have it at the moment. They have themselves a free hit inside the Scotland 23. Out it comes. Back it goes, and again, good defence there by Scotland. Looking Munson, Linda Clement just trying to link up, but Korea end themselves a sideline. So 30 seconds remaining in this first half. It's certainly been end to end. Good chances for both teams. Korea took the lead, Scotland levelled the scoring with an excellent short corner, but here comes Korea again. Oh, hits off the post on the far side of Nikki Coughlin's goal, and out it goes for a Scotland sideline. They'll be quite happy to run the clock down to half time. And there we go, we hear the half-time hooter and the scores at the moment. Korea 1, Scotland 1, and a great entertaining first half, Ronan.
Yeah, excellent. I think Scotland were under pressure for the first quarter of the match from a very fast and effective Korean team, but they didn't panic. Although they went one down, they kept playing their style of play, and they got the reward with a great penalty corner with about 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Gordon Shepherd will be delighted with how things sit at the moment. As I say, Scotland back on level terms with Korea. It is 1-1 at half-time.
The buzz is just unbelievable just now. It's back in my hometown in Trin, everybody's talking about it, and just hopefully I can be part of that Scotland team, and if I am, it'll be a memory I'll never forget.
Since joining Scottish Gymnastics, to compete at the Commonwealth Games, it's going to be my first Commonwealth Games, and no better place to do it than in our home country.
Commonwealth Games are really the only time you get to represent like Scotland on its own, and yeah, it's really special. It's like your own little family really when you're on the team. Go Scotland!
Do you know what? I don't think there'll be anything to beat it. You know, I competed at the London Olympics and that was really special, but Glasgow I think will just be something else. Go Scotland!
It's very important getting to have the backing of the community, the country and that. I'd like folk to get behind you and enjoy what you're doing and appreciate what you do, and that's what I hard work's for. Go Team Scotland!
I think it's really important that people back Team Scotland. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for everyone to come together and support the team.
There's obviously going to be a great buzz around the city, and we're really looking forward to having the spectators come out and see netball. Netball's not one of the most profile sports that we've got here, so we're really looking forward to seeing how we can really engage with the spectators and show what netball's all about. Go Scotland!
Oh, the support will be huge. If everyone turns up, it's going to be a great atmosphere. There's nothing better than playing on a badminton court with the whole crowd welcoming behind you. It's a really great feeling, and I really hope to experience it.
Being from Glasgow myself, nothing more that you want to do in your career. Homegrown, in your city, all your friends, family can all come and watch. There's nothing really more you want. Go Scotland!
Being in judo, it's an individual sport, but when you're in that fight and if you're down the score, if you just need that extra lift. With Glasgow 2014 coming up and the massive Scottish team that we're going to have in Glasgow, it feels like a family. Go Scotland!
It's a huge honour and it's a pinnacle of anyone's career. I was fortunate enough to play back in Melbourne a few years ago now, where the whole experience was incredible. I'm sure that Glasgow can look to emulate that.
The atmosphere in Delhi was great, even when we're halfway across the world. So to imagine what it's going to be like in Glasgow when we're in front of a home crowd, it's going to be twice as good. Go Scotland!
This will be my first games and it'll be a home game, so for me it's, as much as it's a cliche, it will be a dream come true, and just to have that support and to have my family and friends support me at home games, it means everything to me. Go Scotland!
Every country has its moment. It's time to shine.
When the universe conspires, planets align.
Scotland invites you, our stage is set.
For one brilliant year we'll never forget.
A homecoming to celebrate all that we are. Countless events, parties near and far.
We welcome the world to come and to share, so you too can say, yes, I was there.
Well, welcome back to the International Hockey Centre here in Glasgow, where the half-time score is Korea 1, Scotland 1. A fabulous first half of hockey that's ended all square. But Rona Simpson, if you were the Korean coach and you were the Scotland coach, you might feel you were in slightly contrasting positions.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jack. I think Gordon Shepherd, the Scotland coach, will be delighted at the way the game sits at the moment. Obviously, Korea took the lead, but great penalty corner routine for Scotland to equalise. But I could see the Korean coach is down below us, and he was getting a little bit frustrated, I think, on those latter stages. And I'm quite sure it might be contrasting chats in the changing room.
Certainly saw some glimpses on the touchline of Gordon Shepherd, the Scotland coach, as well. Great celebration after their goal, of course, but also plenty of times where you could see him just encouraging, extolling the best from his charges out there, and he's a passionate man himself, isn't he?
He certainly is, Gordon. Wears his heart in his sleeve, and you can see he gets pretty animated at times, but it's only for the best of the players and the team, and you could hear him when especially Korea went down to 10 players, urging Scotland to step up, step forward, and ultimately they won and got the reward for it.
Well, take a look at the goals from that first half now, and Ronazi, we'll come to Scotland's goal in a minute, but first of all, the Korean opener.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good drive into the circle, and some lovely skills. Great little flick across, and it's a bit of a scramble in defence. Clear it initially, but a great follow-up and a good opportunist goal, and probably thoroughly deserved at that point for Korea.
Rona McLennan, anything from a Scottish point of view there that they could have done a little better?
I think in that case they were looking for a stick obstruction as Morag McLennan was trying to block the shot coming in. Her stick got blocked by the Korean, but it was 50-50, and that's why the goal stood.
And then, of course, the Scotland equaliser, and Linda Clement captaining, leading from the front as captain, winning the short corner and then converting it.
Yeah, absolutely. Linda, experienced campaigner now, and she's been in that position at penalty corners on several occasions, and we can see Gordon there, the delight on his face. They practice these routines time after time after time, and it's great when they come off.
Certainly was a very well executed equaliser. The Koreans are out nice and early for the second half. Still 2 minutes left in the half, but they're out to warm up, and maybe that's a mark of the intent that we should expect in this second half.
Yeah, possibly, or it might just be getting out of the changing room, I think. So it'll be an intriguing start, I think, to this half. There is everything to play for. If one team take full points from this, it totally changes the standings in the pool. So
certainly doesn't, and puts pressure on Belgium in the game to follow to get a result against India. Thanks for now, Rona and Rona. Second half just about to get underway, but just a reminder that today's coverage is brought to you by Scottish Hockey and their event partners, Glasgow Life, Event Scotland, NCS, Ginger Grouse, Hero and the Government of Argentina. And as we've said before, and we'll say it again, we are grateful to their support for helping make this live and exclusive FIH TV coverage possible, and we hope you're enjoying it at home. And if you are, please do let us know wherever you are in the world. We want to hear from you, so tweet us at FIH_hockey. The hashtag is CC1, and we've had a number of tweets in. Needless to say, a lot of excitement among Scottish hockey followers. Louise Nixon at Luby Lou says, fantastic equaliser, game on. Hashtag backing blue. And also Eleanor McCormack, sweet corner by Scottish hockey women, keep it going as well. But plenty of support there for Korea as well. St. Romans 7 also saying Korea playing strong, this is for real. And then also, of course, some of the players who are getting ready for the match later on. Barbara Nellen from the Belgian team saying, ready for the game against India, hashtag game face. Game face is what these Scottish ladies are going to need in this second half. They're going from left to right, and Rona will take you through to full time.
Yeah, thank you, Jack. Yes, it's going to be a great second half, as I mentioned earlier. There is everything to play for. Huge incentive for the Scottish players. If they can sneak another goal, they would take all 3 points potentially from this game, and that would certainly put a lot of pressure on the next pool game. So we're underway in the second half. It is 1-1 at the moment. It'll be interesting, Rona, in the first couple of minutes to see if there's been any significant tactical changes from the coaches.
Yeah, it looks to me like Scotland are playing a higher pressing game at the start of this half than they did at the start of the first half, and that's paid off with them now winning a free hit into the circle.
Absolutely, and umpire award, yes, the penalty corner. So a fantastic positive start from Scotland within the opening minute. They have another penalty corner, and they will certainly be confident that their penalty corners are working for them. It'll be interesting to see whether they choose another option or possibly go for the one that worked for them so well in the first half.
Yeah, they will have picked that first option based on videos watched from the Korean games already in this tournament, so may have spotted that there's a space in the Korean defence there. So as you say, the same option again might be a good one to go for.
So let's see if Scotland could take the lead if they can find the back of the net on this occasion. Vicky Bunce with the low drag foot, but a fantastic stop by the Korean defender. Very clean, but Scotland have the ball back. It's back in the Korean 22. They're now having to work extremely hard to get the ball out, and they do so. So Korea survived that early scare run in the second half, but a real positive start from Scotland.
Absolutely, and they are pressing the Koreans in their defending 23, trying to win the ball back higher up the pitch, but they will need to watch because Korea could break quickly.
Yeah, that is the only danger, isn't it, when you're putting on such a high press, that if the opposition and Korea can work the ball out, then it does create them time and space to play in behind. But at the moment, Scotland doing very well. Touch and interception there by Susan McGilvery. Battling to win a free hit. Got to bring the ball back slightly to where the free hit was taken. Korea now trying to close off the transition ball there. We see one of the high forwards, the Korean number 10, Jong Yoo Kim, not allowing Scotland to play the ball round the back, keeping it on the one side and trying to force them into a mistake. So Scotland now defending deep in their own half. Becky Merchant having to work hard, keep possession, but Korea have won it back, and certainly even Stevens at the start of this second half. So it's all the way back now into the Korea half. Scotland forwards chasing the ball down. They just have to be careful they don't overexpose themselves.
Good double teaming by Scotland there, in that the forward Sarah Robertson came back to support Emily Maguire and tried to nick the ball off the Korean. Just unfortunate a foul was given.
Yeah, nice idea there by the Korean defender, just aerialing the ball. King Yu Park, just diagonal aerial, which can be so effective, but for that occasion Scotland fortunate they couldn't actually connect with it. But here it is, back with Park. Across it goes to the far side to Young, who tries to play it forward. Vicky Bunce intercepts, and now Scotland counter-attack. They do have pace up front. What can they get out of this? But Vicky Bunce just eased off the ball, and that allows Korea to break back. They're very, very dangerous, and here they come into Scotland's circle. Nikki Cochrane's out her goal again, but scramble it away. However, it is still live, it's still wobbling about. Korea still have possession in the Scotland circle. They're looking for a penalty corner. The umpire is waving on, gives the decision eventually, but it's only a free hit, and we have to work the ball back in. Over the baseline it goes, so Scotland, time to settle down again. They'll have a 16. Becky Merchant just taking her time. We can see Gordon Shepherd a little bit anxious for that last play. Scotland possibly a little bit fortunate. But now Morag McClelland up the other end. He's got a chance to drive forward. Just forces the pass a little bit. Rona could have possibly carried it a little bit further there.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Took the ball from the air really well, but then just forced her pass, and the Korean defender was able to step over and intercept.
Well, it really is end-to-end stuff. Korea back in the Scotland circle. They're looking to win a penalty corner, but Scotland defence standing firm at the moment, and there is nothing between the teams in these opening 5 minutes of the second half. Forward come Korea again. 3 of the subs for Korea. Just waiting patiently to get on. Trying to keep themselves warm. Certainly to Scotland's advantage, I would think, the weather today, Rona, rather than Korea.
I think it's a lot colder today here than it would be in Seoul.
So Korea back inside the Scotland circle. Firm defending, but this time the umpire decides, yeah, Becky Merchant just a little too strong with that, and Korea earn themselves a penalty corner. So this could be a crucial time in the game. We can just see here in the replay, just a hand on the back there, Ronnie. I think the umpire just
yeah, and then turned onto Becky's foot and a short corner for Korea.
So they will certainly be looking to capitalise on this and regain the lead. They are usually very, very well drilled, the Koreans, very disciplined, so can they execute their penalty corner? I thought I was going in for a second there, but fortunately past the post there, so Scotland survive another penalty corner. We'll see it on the replay here, Rona.
Yeah, out to the top and looking for the drag flick. Just goes between the goalkeeper and the defender on the line and just past the post.
It certainly
unlucky
wasn't
for
far
Korea.
Away, but Scotland survives, so back it goes. Susan McGilvray back. Trying to work the ball out, but it's a Korean sideline. Korean subs jumping up and down to the sideline, trying to keep themselves warm. They'll not be quite used to this temperature. That may fall in Scotland's favour. Korea patiently building the ball out the back. A little bit time and space, and here they come down that right hand. A great chance now. A great opportunity there for Korea. Really well worked move to earn that penalty corner. That came off Aileen Davis, the Scotland defender, but really need to try and close down these Korean forwards just a little bit quicker on those occasions.
Yeah, it was an excellent early ball into the circle by Korea, and the forward was able to get a shot away quickly. I think Scotland might feel that it was a little high in terms of where it hit Aileen Davis, and indeed the umpires have just overturned that decision, and it's a free hit out to Scotland.
Yep, so Scotland with the ball at the back with Becky Merchant. Korea look as if they're just set off the ball a little bit, allowing Scotland to bring the ball out and then ready to pounce. So Scotland can't be complacent, can't think they've got too much time in the ball, because the Koreans very, very quick, and then all of a sudden getting a lot of pressure on the ball carrier.
Absolutely, they left space for the defender, but then the high forward blocked the pass back, and Susan McGilvray was forced down the line. But now Scotland are going to try and do the same to Korea, see if they can win the ball higher up the pitch.
Great ball forward there. Fortunately for Scotland, the Korea Young Sing Lee couldn't quite pick that up cleanly, but Korea still have it through the midfield. Some lovely little bit of skill there to create and open up, and here comes Korea with a great opportunity. Nikki Cochrane makes a great save. Scotland are well, and they're defending on their own baseline. Can't quite get the ball away, but they have now. Another great opportunity for Korea there, and Nikki Cochrane certainly doing her job in goal today for Scotland, keeping their hopes alive. It's 1-1 as we go into the remaining 25 minutes of this match, and they'll have to defend strongly, because I'm quite sure, Rona, that Korea, they're just going to keep attacking.
Yep, both teams are trying to up the tempo to try and get that crucial second goal, and at the moment Korea have had slightly more of the play.
So it's certainly a great spectacle for all the school children that are here today. Hopefully they'll be inspired to try the game if they haven't already done so. And here come Korea as we speak down that right-hand sideline. And again, just knock the ball over the baseline, so Scotland can breathe another sigh of relief. The 16, time to reshape, a few substitutions being made, and got the game underway again. A great ball forward from Emily Maguire, diagonal pass, and a great lead by Linda Clement. Support from Becky Ward. She lifts that into the Korean, so it will be a Korean free hit. Young-Sil Lee is getting a sore one there, but the ball comes all the way back to the Korean defender, and they will have to rebuild just over their own 23. See some of the school kids on the far side, Rona, trying to generate a bit of a Mexican wave over there. I don't know if there's too many takers though.
They're trying hard to keep the atmosphere on the other side. I think it's a little wet for them, but I'm sure they're enjoying some excellent hockey.
Here come Korea again, another great chance, and oh, the pass just going behind the forward. Fortunately for Scotland, but Korea still battling in the circle. Goes over the baseline. Umpire awards a hit out, and Scotland just need to keep their concentration. They're doing well so far, but Korea really peppering that Scotland goal. So we can see Korea just quite happy to step up. You can hear the instruction there from the coach to really get the pressure on, stepping really hard once the ball has gone to one side, really applying the pressure. Scotland don't quite gain the advantage from on that occasion, but Korea have now given the ball up. Nikki Kidd looking to play an early ball forward to her fellow forwards, but don't quite connect on that occasion, and the Korean coach down below is issuing instructions. Quite sure this is not the way he possibly expected the game to go. Vicky Bunce now, a great opportunity. Linda Clements for number 2, and a brilliant opportunist goal there. Vicky Bunce doing some great work to win the ball back. It falls kindly for Scotland, and a great reverse stick finish, and number 2 for not only Linda Clements, but more importantly for Scotland. Here we can see Rona the replay.
Yeah, excellent ball in from Vicky, and Linda dies, fully committed. Excellent shot over the goalkeeper.
Absolutely a great forwards goal, and it'll be now extremely interesting to see what Korea have got. Can they come back from this? I'm quite sure they will use their experience, but with just over 20 minutes remaining, it is certainly going to be an interesting contest now, Rona.
It is. I think it's vital Scotland keep their composure and their concentration, as they have done so far in defence, and not let the Koreans back in, because they have the skills to punish us, punish Scotland.
So the game, I think, is going to heat up in the last 20 minutes. Gordon Shepherd now trying to calm the players down with all the excitement. As here come Korea along the baseline. They'll be looking for an outcome. It's still with them. Umpire blows to give Scotland the free hit, even although the Korean player Korea put the ball in the back of the net. That goal will not count. She's obviously a little bit frustrated with that. I think that umpire thought it came off her foot, so Scotland survived that scare. The rain is now coming down, and that won't stop the Scotland players concentrating on the game. So Ali Bell now joins the play, looking for some support. She finds it in the form of Lee Fawcett. She's immediately under pressure. Just has to be careful she doesn't get dispossessed deep in her own half. Does seek the sideline ball to Korea, but Korea now, Rona, got it all to do.
Indeed, I think they're upping the tempo, trying to put more pressure on Scotland when they've got the ball, but Scotland are holding firm and intercepting well in midfield, as Vicky Bunce has just done. And
yeah, absolutely. Scotland now looking dangerous on the counter-attack. Korea scrambling back to defend, and Scotland's tactics certainly working at the moment. If they can maintain this work rate, then certainly give themselves a great opportunity to take all 3 points from this game. Physical strength there, earns Scotland the free hit, allows Katrina Ralph just to step forward. She'll look to smack this ball forward, as she does. Vicky Lloyd is unable to pick that up cleanly. So Korea start to build the ball out the back. Lovely aerial forward, and it bounces kindly for Korea. They now have numbers up. Scotland get back. It's a great opportunity for Korea, and a great save again from Nikki Cochrane. Wasn't too much on it, Rona, but she still had to put it to safety.
Yeah, and put it well away from the danger area, which was important as well. Good dive to her right-hand side. She's certainly gaining a huge amount of experience for this tournament, and that will be crucial for future tournaments and future matches. So she's having a solid performance today. I hope we don't speak too soon, but she's certainly keeping Scotland in the game. Yeah.
So it certainly makes for interesting reading the pool standings. If this match remains the same, that would mean that Scotland would top the pool, and that would be an absolutely fantastic finish to the pool matches for them. But there's still 16 and a bit minutes to go, so there's still plenty of hockey to be played in this game. Trying to play an early ball forward, just didn't quite connect, but it forces Korea to go all the way back. They've got to rebuild yet again. So what can Korea produce? Here they come, attacking that right hand side. Have numbers up, they have Luke. Oh, and a great save by Nikki Cochrane. I'm not quite sure how she managed to keep that out the back of the net, but the main thing is she did. You'll see it here, Ron, on the replay.
Yeah, got her feet together very quickly to block that instant shot from the Korean, and then helped out by her defenders who cleared it out the circle.
Absolutely, so
good teamwork defence from Scotland on that occasion.
Yeah, Korea having to work really hard to create anything. Scotland with a free hit, so they'll just look to settle the game down. Vicky Merchant looking to play forward. She finds Vicky Bunce. She's certainly been a threat going forward this afternoon. Here Korea again, it seems that they just have wave after wave of attack at the moment, Rona.
Yeah, and very, very quick in their attack, but so far Scotland are managing through their work rate to contain them, but they'll need to keep going for another 15 minutes.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see, as you said earlier, the Scotland players now are full time. Fitness levels shouldn't, I would say, come into play, but it's been a high tempo game, so here come Korea again. Great reverse stick shot, this time wide of the goal, but in any game at this level, I'm quite sure fitness, the players will tire, and it's going to be interesting to see how they cope.
Yeah, but so far Scotland are looking very good. All the players are still working at the same rate, if not higher than they were in the first half, which is a testament to their fitness.
So the ball's back, Becky Merchant tries an aerial, but doesn't come off this time, and the Koreans attack again. They're certainly trying to up the tempo into the circle. This looks dangerous. Again, a great save from Nikki Cochrane, but the follow-up, Scotland concede a penalty corner, and Susan McGilvray has taken the brunt of that. Don't know it's her hand, you can see it in the replay here, some great skill, great save off the body of Nikki Cochrane, but Korea find a foot infringement, and it's a penalty corner to Korea. So a pretty important stage, Rona. Korea will really want to capitalise on this opportunity now.
Yeah, absolutely. If Scotland can save this corner and then start building their play up again, I think it'll keep the momentum with them at the moment.
Absolutely, so let's see what Korea can produce on this occasion. And there it is, number 2 for Korea. It levels up the scoring again. And I think, to be fair, Nikki Cochrane smacks the post. She'll possibly be a little bit disappointed in herself on this occasion. You can see here in the replay, Rona.
I think what happened was it came off the defender, just touched off them as Nikki was making the save, or perhaps just off the goalkeeper's stick.
Yeah, you can
we'll
just
see again
it here from behind the goal.
Yeah, just went underneath the goalkeeper. Nikki very unlucky not to get down for that one.
So, 2-2, an exciting game in prospect, everything to play for in this game. Korea took the lead, Scotland equalised, Scotland then went ahead, Korea have now equalised. So, 2-2 as it stands at the moment, with just over 12 minutes remaining, and it's going to be a great end to this match. Scotland have a free hit. Morag McClelland on the ball. She's looking for some support. She finds it in Nicholas Graskin, who can an opportunity to make her way into the circle. Just deflected off the back line for Scotland long corner.
Number 11, the captain, Jong Yoon Kim.
An early free hit. Scotland do well, take it quickly. Aileen Davis thumps the ball into the Korean circle, but defend it, comes back to Scotland. Now Korea with an opportunity to clear their lines. It's pretty fast and furious at the moment, Rona.
Absolutely, I think whichever team can just keep their composure better has probably got the chance of getting the third goal.
So, Korea working the ball out the back. In a fascinating contest so far. What else will happen is remaining 11 minutes. And here the crowd chanting Scotland, urging them on, Rowena. It's certainly been a great spectacle for some of these young school kids today.
Yeah, I think that the best game that we've seen so far in the tournament, the two teams at their top trying to play exciting hockey, and the pace has never stopped for a second.
Certainly hasn't, and the rain certainly doesn't seem to be deterring them. They're certainly enjoying watching the action as we are. Just over 10 minutes remaining. It is Korea 2, Scotland 2. It's been end-to-end stuff, and I'm quite sure there'll be more opportunities to come in the remaining 10 minutes of this match. And here come Korea as we speak. Diving reverse stick. cross, but Scotland defender gets across just to clear the danger. Korea attack again down that left-hand side. Nikki Kidd defending well, allows Scotland to bring the ball out the back. Just settling the game down. Aileen Davis looking for her options. Nikki Merchant offering one deep, but Korea very, very quickly to step up. They're pressing in hard now. They're looking for Scotland to turn over that ball, which they have done. And now Korea an opportunity. Young-sil, Lee breaking, looking again to play that ball along the baseline, but again, Emma Maguire, the right position at the right time, just to cut that out. So Scotland on the sideline, just inside their own half, going into the last 10 minutes. What do you think we can expect, Rona?
I think a very exciting 10 minutes hockey to come. Both teams are still trying to win, trying to move forward and attack as much as possible, and it's whichever one gets that little half chance in the circle should get it.
And it is a crucial match in terms of the overall standings. A draw even for Scotland here as it stands at the moment would mean that they go ahead of Belgium, and with that match coming straight after this, that certainly puts a bit more additional pressure on Belgium to get a result in that game. So Scotland really putting in a great performance, still well in the hunt in this game, and must keep pushing things forward. But Korea have the ball going forward, some lovely individual skills. Nikki Merchant just juggling with the ball out the back there. She's impressed me today, Rona. She's been pretty solid in the back.
Absolutely, made some vital interceptions with her height and her excellent reach. She's got her stick in the right place and been very brave in her defending as well.
Yeah, she certainly has, and she's got over 8 minutes to continue in that theme and hopefully earn Scotland certainly well-deserved draw, but it is all still to play for in this match. Korea pushing forward for that third goal. The Korean coach, don't think he's enjoying the rain too much, however he is on the touchline shouting instructions, and he'll certainly, I don't think, be overly impressed with the situation at the moment.
No, I think Korea will be expecting to win this game.
Well, forward it goes into Scott. This is a dangerous position again. Korea, some great individual skills, and they earn themselves another penalty corner. This is a dangerous situation for Scotland. Just over 7 minutes remaining. This would be a killer blow at this stage in the game if they concede from this penalty corner. But Korea have got to execute it well. Scotland defence will be doing everything in their power to keep this ball out the back of the net. Trap there at the top of the circle.
And again, brave defence by Becky Merchant there, stops the second shot coming in.
It certainly was brave defending, and Korea will be disappointed that they didn't capitalise on that, but here they have a great opportunity. The Korean defender takes away, great shot, and another fantastic save from Nikki Cochrane in the Scotland goal. So it's exciting stuff at the moment. Players scrambling around on their knees, battling hard. Umpire decides it's a Scotland free hit, trying to calm things down. Players a little bit confused, as I am, because it's a Korea free hit. But we saw there in the replay that great save there from Nikki Cochrane. It's a great aerial ball into the deep pocket. Korean picks it up again. Bunch jumping out the way. The free hit goes Korea's way. Korean number 10. Park just causing Scotland a few difficulties at the moment. They're still hanging in there. Defending well. Just over 5 minutes to go. Great ball forward, and Very, very difficult to pick that sort of ball up, Rona, but the Korean forward does extremely well and earns their team another penalty corner.
Yeah, number 10 for Korea has made 3 or 4 really important moves in the last 2 or 3 minutes. She's earned both these corners for Korea. And also earned a free hit quite high up the pitch just between those two. So she's upped her game, and it's up to Scotland now to keep this penalty corner out.
Yeah, absolutely. The Korean coach will be disappointed with this last corner. He will certainly be looking for nothing less than a shot on target. Calling Nikki Cochrane again into action, so let's see if they can execute this one. Better trap at the top, but looking for the deflection on the far post. Can't quite connect with it. Scotland can breathe a sigh of relief again, and we're into the last 5 minutes. It is 2-2, Korea 2, Scotland 2, and we can see the replay of the corner here.
Yeah, just a drag flick to the keeper's right. I think Nikki Cochrane had it covered for Scotland.
So, just over 4 minutes remaining. Can Scotland sneak another goal to earn all 3 points in this match? Another great ball forward for Korea. It falls again. Here's an opportunity. Nikki Cochrane has been an absolute star in goal for Scotland. A brilliant reverse stick shot. But again, Nikki Cochrane blocks that. Here we go, see it again, Rona.
Yeah, great skill from the Korean forward to make space for herself for the shot, but Nikki kept herself big and managed to make the save and clear it off the back line.
She certainly has had a storming game for the Scottish team this afternoon. However, there are still 3 and a bit minutes to go. You cannot ever be complacent, especially against a world-class side such as Korea. It only takes one opportunity, one chance. But Scotland weathering the storm at the moment.
Korea looking to put a lot of pressure on Scotland, and they're defending 25 at the moment.
Yeah, few tired legs out there now. It's got to be dig deep time. Keep the focus, keep the concentration. But here come Korea again. Kat Ralph this time battling through the midfield. Free hit goes against her, so Korea will bring it back.
In this Pool A game in the FIE Champions Challenge, 2-2 between Korea and Scotland. Let's get right behind the girls. The last 2.5 minutes. Come on, Scotland!
And here they come again. This could be dangerous. Nikki Cochrane out, smothers it again. The Korea again cannot find that final pass, but they do have another chance. They're inside the Scotland circle. It is cleared. And Katrina Ralph this time. We are into the final 2 minutes. That's a free hit given away. Scotland need to just make sure they concentrate. Here it comes again. Oh, and I think it hit the crossbar. I think that time just over the top. Scotland are certainly surviving by the skin of their teeth at the moment, Rona. Here you'll see it.
I think it was between Nikki Kidd and for Scotland and Park again for Korea, but Nikki Cochrane stood strong, got enough in the ball for it just to go over the bar.
So, a minute and a half remaining. Gordon Shepherd screaming instructions to his team. Gotta stay strong, gotta keep the ball. Win a free hit, Nikki Kidd looks to take it quickly. It's a great ball forward. So, Korea with the ball all the way at their defensive back line. We are in the final minute. Can one of the teams produce a moment of magic, or are the teams going to be deadlocked at 2-2?
Excellent work by Linda Clement there to intercept that ball.
Yeah, they'll be quite happy to keep it up here at the moment. Trying to get it out, but it's a very tight. Linda does really well. It goes for a long corner, taken quickly by Nikki Kidd into the circle all the way across.
That'll be a Scotland ball again, I think. It came off a Korean defender's stick.
So
another chance.
Possibly. Clock counting down. Nikki Bunce is lifting them all, unfortunately, and I think that may be the last attack. You can hear the crowd counting down the clock. And there goes the final whistle. So I think as we watch the coaches exchange handshakes, I think Gordon Shepherd will certainly be the more pleased of the two coaches on this occasion. He'll be disappointed that they didn't hang on to their lead, but I think he'll be pretty pleased with that overall result going into at the start of the game. So, fascinating game run, a great solid performance from Scotland. They've never beaten a team in the top 10 in the world. They came very, very close there. But a draw with one of the top 8 teams in the world, they should be delighted.
Absolutely, I think that was a fantastic team performance from Scotland, everyone, and I think in the last 10 minutes particularly the defence earned the result for Scotland, but I think the result that they deserved despite Korea's strong play in the second half.
So as the players leave the pitch, exchanging handshakes, a fascinating game today. There have been some great hockey on display this morning and now this afternoon. I think Nikki Cochrane, one of the Scotland stars today, she certainly earned her worth today.
Absolutely. What you need as a keeper is to keep their concentration, and Nikki kept it for the whole game and made some excellent saves to really get the result for Scotland at the end.
She certainly did, and as a young goalkeeper, and I think actually we might have the opportunity to hear from Nikki in a couple of minutes. Gordon Shepherd just wanting to speak to the players, but that'll give her a huge amount of confidence putting in a performance like that today, Rhoda.
Yeah, I think there'll be excellent work by Scotland, and hopefully it means it'll be in the top 2 in the pool, depending on the Belgian result, the game that's coming on after this one.
Yeah, absolutely an important point for Scotland at the end of the day game. That gives them a tiny little bit of breathing space, and as we say, Scotland need to now sit and wait to see the final result of the Belgian-Indian game to see where they finish up, but a real solid performance there from Scotland, and I think we now have the Scotland captain Linda Clement and the goalkeeper Nikki Cochrane with Jack down pitch side, and we're going to hear from their thoughts.
We're going to go pitch side, but Jack McGill is with Amy Cochrane and Linda Clement.
Scotland captain Linda Clement and goalkeeper Nikki Cochrane, congratulations on a very good result. Linda, you must be very pleased.
Yeah, I think we're pleased. We're pleased with the performance, and we're pleased to draw with a team that are ranked 8th in the world. So, yeah.
From a personal point of view, 2 goals, expertly taken second in particular. You must be pleased as captain to deliver such a good personal performance.
Well, yeah, I'm always pleased to get in the score sheet, but at the end of the day, I just touched it once to get the ball in the goal, and so it took a lot of touches to get it to that point, so it's a team effort.
And Nikki, a lot of very crucial saves in that second half, and a lot of fight from the team as a whole.
Yeah, I thought the Scotland girls fought so hard for that game, so they did really well.
Much to look forward to. What are your aspirations for the rest of the tournament?
Well, Game 4 is always going to be a big game, being the crossover game, so we'll be looking to put out a repeat performance of the 3 games we've played so far. Hopefully build, improve, and hopefully win our next game, and then we're in the semi-finals. But we'll take it as one game at a time approach.
Well, good luck with that. Get out the rain, go and dry off. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, Linda Clement, Nikki Cochrane, and the Scotland women.
So the thoughts of the Scotland captain there, Linda Clement, and the young goalkeeper Nikki Cochrane, who had an absolutely outstanding performance for Scotland today. And I think we can take a look at the goals from today's match. we see Scotland's first goal. Bobbly ball in to Linda Clements there from Vicky Bunce. It's actually their second goal. That was to put Scotland into the lead, 2-1 up, and at that point, Rona, quite a deserved lead.
Absolutely, Scotland came out in the second half and played a higher pressing game, putting more pressure on the Koreans, and with Vicky Bunce winning the ball and taking it into the circle, a deserved goal at that point for Scotland to go 2-1 up.
So we can see Korea's penalty corner here now. Good injection and execution there, and Nikki Cochrane, I think, will be a little bit disappointed when she looks back on that, but they're never ever easy to save, and that was the equaliser for Korea. We can see it here from behind the goal. It just sneaks under her stick side, and she's had so many brilliant saves in the game to keep Scotland in it, and she may just be a little bit disappointed with herself.
I think the Korean corner was so quickly worked that she just was on the way down as the ball went underneath her. It was a little unlucky, but all goalkeepers want to keep a clean sheet, so she might be a little disappointed with that one.
So the final score of a very, very exciting match: Korea 2, Scotland 2. And that concludes our coverage of this match. Just a big thank you to Rona McClelland for joining me in the commentary. We can see the overall full-time result there, as I say, Korea 2, Scotland 2. And we'll be back with you in a few minutes for the final game of the ladies' programme today, Belgium versus India. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The best of Scotland is right on your doorstep this year. Hundreds of events are taking place across Scotland to celebrate Homecoming 2014. So you won't have to travel far to find them. Homecoming 2014, a year of brilliant moments right on your doorstep.